kind of recalled an old trick. So this UV map didn't look that great. You can see here that it's stretched here. Even though it's very nice that the seams appear under the rock, the stretching is too high, too big. So what I did, I basically, it should be easy to show you. Basically, just took those guys here, cut and paste, and well, actually I should merge that. But anyway, cut and paste, and run that UV process over again, and it looks better. So if I go back here and choose that the other UV map, let's see that the stretching is much better. Problem though, of course, is because I made the seam go over this back here. You can see the problem with that. So there's one problem, there's like two problems here. UV tiles, well, UV tiles can be used to either uprest, well, kind of like fake uprest, a fake uprest solution, or well, just as UV tiles, really, to make things work. Well, this is how it looks, but this is a 1024 picture, so of course it's going to look blurred in that area. But you can see that it looks a bit less blurred in that area, right, compared to this one. So again, pumping that up by using tiles does fix a lot of it, but of course it also brings in other issues, like, for example, this texture now looks much more downrest, and it's not really that might not be what you want. Let's leave this at 2.2 for now, right? So it's tiled. And I think that looks fairly good. I'm still not quite satisfied with this, but okay. I'll leave it like that for now. There are other ways to go about this as well. But what I wanted to show you here is that, okay, so this texture here might not be what you want, even though I got the tiles underneath compared to this texture here. This texture here, of course, well, has that problem, so how are we going to fix that? I was thinking about, I think there's a trick where you can, let's see, let's just leave this. And I think there's a trick where you can bake that and then fix it. So here's being camera. Let's say by 2. By 2. So 4096 on both. Thing here though is, no, sorry, I need to go back to, I need to go to the light, and I'm only gonna, this is basically turning off the main light and lighting it from all sides. Yeah, radiosity should be off, and this is okay. On the object though, I'm going to turn off all of these guys. I'm not going to bake the cast shadow, receive shadow, self shadow, and also unseen by radiosity if necessary. So now we can bake that rock and set it to the rock and the UV texture that you want to bake to. Now I used UV texture 2, which is a better UV texture. But the thing is, if I bake to that other texture, that bad one sort of, that has the tiles underneath, I can clean that up in Photoshop, I think. So if I now bake that, I'll do the border set to 1. Hopefully that will fix some stuff. Okay. So shouldn't there be? I think there should be a seam here. Where's that seam? Oh, here it is. Here. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of interesting. If you want a seamless texture by only using Lightwave, and a good thing about Lightwave is that, or making textures like this in Lightwave is that if you paint 3D textures in a 3D program, you might get like smudgy transitions, kind of like using the patch tool in Photoshop. Still, I guess I would often turn to a 3D program, but in this case, I think it's actually a pretty good idea to mix both techniques, both using a 3D program like ZBrush Sculptris 3D Code and mixed with this technique. Okay, so there we go. You see the seam going on here. We don't want that. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so in Photoshop, yes, we're going to use the patch tool to fix that. Let's see. Well, this is the worst area, so you could also use, of course, the stamp tool to fix this. Maybe you want to do that at times. That could actually be better than using the patch tool. But in this case, I just want to smack things up a little bit. I don't want to use too long time doing this stuff. Now, again, here you can see that the patch tool made this kind of like blur, right? So I got the sharp stuff here, and even though I go here, and this has lower, this is more blurry because of the stretching, it's still kind of like, the patch tool still kind of like blurs it. So that's one of the things that I'm not too happy about when it comes to using 3D programs and stuff like that. I mean 3D paint programs. So you see here how that looks much better. Of course, in this area, it will be blurred and stretched. Anyway, it's not really gonna show you too much as far as that goes. Okay, it's easy also to miss some areas. To miss some seams, but that happens. Did I get all the seams? Sort of, almost. Here it kind of looks funky again because of how this works. So using a 3D paint tool like 3D Coat ZBrush is not necessarily going to be magic, unfortunately. Anyway, let's just save this and let's import that into Lightweight. Because what I'm very curious about now, and I think it should work, is that if I now have this guy here and let's see, got that, got that. Okay, so let's turn this back on to kind of like the default setting here. So this is the interesting bit. If I take this guy here, and I choose the map that I baked, and then instead of using UV Texture 2, use this kind of like bad UV texture that has the seams underneath. Let's see how that works out. And it didn't work. But it did. I got UV tile set to 2. That should be 1. Okay, so there we go. So let's see if... Oh. Alright, tiles are gone. And, well, I think that's pretty good. That's a lot of stretching, though. Ah, you know what? I still gotta work on this. It did seem to get rid of all the seams, though, didn't it? I think. YS. Oh, I'm not using GI, am I? This here is not a seam, that is a line. Maybe I should just go like period line. Do that kind of like a seam here, but it's there's probably something I forgot to fix. And this as well. So yeah, that's something I forgot that I missed. So I need to go back into Photoshop and stuff. I guess also maybe that this area here could be could have high resolution. I'm not quite sure. Could be because that that's at the edge, right? Let's see. Well, I'll have to look more into that. But anyway, this is this rock has no seams, so I think that's good. The problem is that this is time consuming. So I just also you might also want to texture this by itself and use an alpha around this area. Because this is the point where you could, or this is the step where you would take this into a 3D code or something like that and retouch it further. I'm not really sure what kind of techniques 3D code has as far as texturing this stuff. Maybe it has some smart wrapping techniques. But anyway, seamless texture and UV map in Lightwave sort of. Of course, it's not a seamless UV map, but it appears that way. So, a too long tutorial. That is not perfect. Anyway,